What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So you catch me on a sunny Sunday morning and we've actually come to a breakfast meet. There are cars flooding in. It's a classic Ford meet. It's organised by Jonathan and it's at the Pure Triumph in Woburn. So this is really spontaneous. I thought we'd come out today, the sun was shining. I've got a free day, which is quite rare now, and me and my dad have brought the Fiestas along. I'm currently sitting in his Mk2 Fiesta van and my Fiesta's parked up in front, but we're gonna have a look around. Yeah, as I say, the car park is already packed with classic Fords and there's plenty still arriving, so yeah, this should make a really great morning. So let's have a look around and see what everyone's brought along today. As you can see, it really is all systems go here today. A constant flow of classic Fords and bikes coming in and out. That's lovely, that is. An old Mk2 Fiesta. Looks like a RS Turbo possibly. Right at the entrance to the meet this morning, we've got this Mk4 Escort RS Turbo. Looking in lovely and original condition. You can't beat them Recaro seats. They just look so good. Under the bonnet, the original 1.6 CVH engine, turbocharged. That is lovely. And if that weren't enough, we've also got an RS 2000 Mk2 Escort, which is looking lovely. And that is Dad's van. We didn't even clean them today. It was just such a spontaneous trip. Here's Mk2 Fiesta. And my one here as well. Just found another Mk4 Escort. This one's a 1.6 in this light green colour, and also next to the Fiestas, in the Fiesta corner, we've got this lovely original looking Mk2. Great to see a wide selection of classics here today. We've also just been looking around this 100e Anglia, which is really nice. Proper basic interior, but a true classic Ford in original looking condition. And next to that we've got a Mk6 Escort with the gold wheels on it. That looks really nice and sitting really well. Next to the Mk6 Escort we've got the 2.8 injection Capri, and next to that we've got the Mk1 Escort, which from the outside looks like a bit of a sleeper. It's still got quite a lot of the original bits and bobs on it, but what isn't original is the engine under the bonnet. There is the Z-Tech, which has been so neatly installed, you'd almost think it come from factory like that. Yeah, it's very nice, that is. I've just been having a look underneath this as well, and the condition of it underneath matches the bodywork on the outside. Yeah, it really is a true mint restoration. Also got this lovely Capri here with the image wheels. I really do like these. They look nice and neat, especially with the red paintwork. I think they work well. Just spoken to the owner. It's got a 2-litre Pinto in the bay on twin 45s. I think he said it's got a HTE cam in it, and it's been tweaked up quite a bit. But one other modification that I'm really liking is this front lip. Makes the stance of the Capri look really aggressive, and yeah, I really do like the look of that. And also you've got the Ford spoiler at the back, which the owner was telling me is quite rare now because they're prone to sagging, but this one looks nice and in good condition. Yeah, really do like this. The owner did explain that the Capri is running 185 brake horsepower, so yeah, that must be nice and fun to drive on a day like this. And I believe this is his son's Focus ST next to it, which I really do like the colour of. It's great to see a bold colour still being produced by Ford. And I can't be wandering around without not noticing this beige Mordor Mk2 Escort. This one is looking in completely original condition, but I absolutely love it. Got the vinyl roof that's just clinging on for dear life, but I absolutely love this. It's not been tarted up, it's not been messed around with. As you can see under the bonnet as well, I believe that is the original 1.3 cross-flow engine. But yeah, as you can see, it's in original condition, but I really do like this. It's so cool, especially to see one still on the road in this sort of condition. Very nice. And next to that, got the Mk3 Escort as well. It wasn't long ago when I used to mistake the Mark IV and the Mark V Cortinas, especially in one of my auction videos that I'd done. I called one a Mark IV and it was a Mark V and everyone couldn't believe it. But I believe this is a Mark IV Cortina just because of the rear lights. I think the Mark V ones are slightly more longer. They don't have this angled bit at the end. But you want to have a look around this. It's a 2-litre gear. Got the lovely alloy wheels on it. Original paintwork. Original interior, but under the bonnet is immaculate. Look how clean it is. 2-litre Pinto, but just take a look at that. All the wiring has been done all neatly. The brake servo looks brand new. Yeah, so presentable. Credit to the owner. And there you go, that is the original 2-litre Pinto. It's still with the original exhaust manifold. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving that. Can't beat a mint classic Ford. Now here is a classic Ford that I'm willing to say I have never seen before. Now this is a Granada, but it's not just any old Granada. It's built by Piranha. Now this is a company that fitted V8s to Granadas, and I also believe the Capris. The gentleman that owns this was just telling me a little bit about this, and it's so interesting. Now this is build number 518. It's got that V8 in the bay. He reckons it's about 212 brake horsepower, he said. He also said that the cross member's been uprated in these. It's got a different gearbox and a couple other slight modifications, but as you can see from there, that's the build number. But yeah, I was going to say, really haven't seen one of these before, especially not with a V8 in it, but you could buy this direct from Ford. And yeah, really interesting to learn a little bit more about that today. Just having a little look inside the Granada now, and you can't beat them armchair front seats. Comfiest thing known to man. I was just talking to the owner a little bit more, trying to remember all the facts that he's been telling me, and this actually came with aircon from standard, which is just quite unbelievable for a car of its age. We really are seeing some rare classic Fords at this meet today. So glad that we came along. Now we're looking around this Mark II Cortina. As you can see, it's got that twin cam badge and the Lotus one on the end of that rear quarter, meaning it's a red Mark II Lotus Cortina. And the first thing that I spotted was these wide wheels. I was just speaking to the owner, and I think they're meant to be about 5.5 J wides when they're original, but these are 7s, and I just think they look so well. They sort of bring the wheels out of the arch that little bit more, make it look a little bit more stancy. And as we take a look under the bonnet, we can see the Lotus double overhead cam in original condition, which is lovely. I really do like the look of this thing. Now it is a classic Ford meet, but just parked along the road we've got this Chevrolet truck. Really liking the look of that. And we've also got the Triumph Stag in a really nice colour of blue. Parked next to the other Mark I Escort that we were looking around earlier is this RS2000, and I tell you what, I'm just so amazed at the standard of cars here. Look how gleaming this engine bay is, even down to the brake lines coming off the servo. That's amazing. Even the airbox, that is gleaming in the sun. But no, this is lovely. Best colour for a Mark I Escort? Well, I think so. But yeah, that's lovely. And next to that, we've got a 1600 Mark II Escort, which me and Dad were just looking around. It's also got a Tickford badge on the top of the cam cover. Sort of a little indication that it's been fettled with slightly, but no, it's really cool. Nice to see these classic Escorts out today. And I think the Capri is just making a departure as well. Now we just walked slightly outside the meet because it's so busy. Cars have had to park on the grass verge. We've just come across this Anglia, speaking to the owner, and basically he was given it when he was 16, and 24 years later he still owns it. The previous owner said that he can have it for free as long as he keeps it on the road, and that's exactly what he's done. But I really do like this. Look how cool it is. I'd love to own a Anglia one day. It's still got the original 997 engine in there, I believe, but to see them in this condition is just great. Still on the road, still getting used. And one thing I really do love about these is the colour coded dash. Yeah, it's just wicked. Great to see it here today. Here we have another car that I've always promised myself, a Mk2 Focus RS. I absolutely love these. Such a great colour, imperial blue. I just love the Sparko interior. These seats look really nice actually. I'm not sure if they originally come with that Alcantara, but I actually prefer that Alcantara middle. It looks brilliant. But there was only 4,501 of these made. 100E just making a departure. And I've also just heard the Zetec powered Mk2 Escort started up, so I've positioned up here just to see it go out. Look at that, absolutely lovely. And if you saw that, I don't think you'd realise it's got that engine under there. Very, very nice indeed. That's lovely. There's also a Mini Cooper parked up in the corner here, and something I've never seen before. Sometimes these have Union Jacks on the roof and all sorts, but this has actually got an Ace of Spade card, which I really like. Never seen that before. I think it's quite a unique roof. Oh, tiny little alley rad down there, you see it just tucked in. It always amazes me how they get so much squeezed into such a small engine bay, but yeah, this is looking really nice. Also got a slightly late arrival in this Ford truck. I'm actually not too sure what it is, so you can let me know in the comment section below. It's got this really wacky steering wheel on it, which I like. This has been a brilliant morning so far. Shout out to John who organises this classic Ford meet. We really have had a good time. And now we thought the day isn't done yet. As we were walking around, a couple of the people mentioned that there's another classic car show over at Flitwick. And we've also just had a message from Justin who owns the green Mk2 Escort. So he said, pop along, he's there, it's really busy. So what we're going to do, have a little cruise down there. It's only 6 miles away, 15 minutes, so might as well, it's midday now. Let's get on the roads and see what else we can find today. So we just arrived at this show at Flitwick, and I'm not even too sure what it's called to be honest, but we just come across Justin's Mk2 Escort, which was at Harpenden. Absolutely fell in love with this thing, and he's here with his mate in another Mk2 Escort Mordor, which is really cool as well. So yeah, great start to this show, having two of my dream cars next to each other. There's Justin's with the 2.1 Pinto in the bay. As we look over at the other one, got the Zetec in the bay. So yeah, really interesting, and two really nice cars to start off this show with. Come across this Peugeot GTI and it's looking really cool. Loving the Moret headlights, but what else I think is really cool is the fact that the air intake is in the headlight itself and goes straight into the engine. Certainly something you don't see every day. I think he's got polycarbonate windows in it as well, all round. Just had a look, even though he's got some bucket seats in there, he's also got the original red carpet which would have come with the 106 GTI. Loving that, and the white wheels with the white bodywork works really well. And to top it all off, it's got the best name out there. We've also just stumbled across this 100E, which has got a V8 engine in the bay. Look at that. I was just saying to Dad how crazy it is how only half of it really is in the bay. It's been shoved through the bulkhead, which is wicked. I'm sure there's been a lot of work gone into that. Got a massive radiator on it now, but I really do like that. And next to it, along here, we've got another RS Turbo Mk4 Escort. Lovely colour as well. And also the Escort is for sale for £21,000. It's a bit of a 100E day today. We've also found another one fitted with a V8. Now, this one's got a supercharger hanging out just in front of that front window. Really cool. If we take a little look around here, you can see that the seats are actually where the rear seats would have been, or the rear bench seat would have been. It's mental. Just been having a real good look around this. Great to see it today. A really nice Mk2 Escort here as well, with a 2-litre Pinto and the colour-coded civvies on the front. How cool does that look? Check out this little Metro, but it's not just any old Metro, it is a Metro pickup. How cool is this? I'm really loving this. As soon as me and Dad spotted it, we rushed straight over here. Never seen this done before personally, and I think he's banded the steels, which is a massive thumbs up from me. Yeah, one of a kind certainly. I definitely haven't seen one of them before. Looks like a very local car in this Vauxhall Astra GTE 16 valve. Loving a look at this, and you don't see him much in maroon. And for a little bit of comparison, if we just move over here, we've got a standard Vauxhall Astra of the same era. So yeah, certainly a massive price difference in them as well. A couple of Mk2 Ford Cortinas. This one is a 1600E with its 1600 crossflow in the bay. Colour is amber gold and the year is 1970. So there's a mirror at the rear, so it'd be rude not to have a little look underneath. And as you can see, that is incredibly clean. Next to the other Cortina, really cool to see these two both out together. Really good to see another Mk2 Fiesta here. This one's fitted with a Z-Tech in the bay, but that's going to be coming out and replaced for another more powerful engine very soon, just speaking to the owner. So that'll be interesting to see the engine swap once it's done. The bloke actually owns the Mk1 Fiesta, and which has got a ST170 and it's rear wheel drive. I'll have to try and insert a picture, but yeah, he also owns that. He purchased this about a month ago. It sounds like he's already thinking about tweaking it. But yeah, really nice with the arches and the 4-spoke alloy wheels. Nice to see a Mini 1275 GT at the show. And also, I just found this Mark III Cortina, but it is a 2-door model. How rare is that? Really don't see these anymore. And yeah, just really good to see it here today. And well, we'll just brush over that, shall we? Nice little Austin Mini Cooper next to this other Mini, which is just so cool. I know people say, and like sometimes negatively say about Nardo Grey. I'm not sure if this is Nardo Grey, but it looks like it and it's bloody lovely, honestly. There's a reason why a lot of people use this colour, or choose this colour should I say, and it just looks amazing. Love it with the wide gloss black arches as well. These two look brilliant together. Great to see the XR3i out today. And another Chevrolet truck. Big old barge. Like these autos. Ford hot rod here as well. Now, one thing that always gets me is when people chrome parts of the engine. I've got so much time for it. I think it's brilliant to go to that much detail. V8's fitted into this. As you can see, it's also got a roll cage, which I'd probably want fitted as well if I owned one of these, because most of the structure, or some of the structure here, is wooden. But no, that's really nice. And it's also got the old-fashioned sort of writing on the side of it as well. We've seen some really mint classic cars today, and this certainly is another one in the RS2000. Look at that colour, it's so clean as well. Now, I always think it's incredible when a bill of sale is kept from a classic car, and this Capri has come from Godfrey Davis of Wembley, and the total amount paid for this was £1,629.32, and here it is today, still gleaming away and worth, well, a lot more than that. It's a 3-litre V6 looking in incredible condition. Here is another car that I've not seen in quite some time, a Cortina XR6. I think that must be quite the sleeper nowadays. Sort of, you look at that and think, it wouldn't have too much power, but that's packing a V6 under the engine bay, so there's a little bit of a spec up here. But yeah, just double checking, yeah, definitely says a V6. So here we have a really presentable Austin Cooper in great condition. And then next to it, we've got the estate, a Woody estate. Woody is actually driving it as well. But one thing I'm really liking is the wood on the back of it. A couple of Bedford vans. We're just looking around now. This one, there's a picture on the front windscreen, and yeah, it's definitely had a lot of recommissioning done to it. But it's here, and it's looking so presentable, parked next to another one in usable state. Great to see him still on the road though. Got the Sierra Cosworth here, and me and my dad were just looking around it. Really cool how he's faded the white paint into the blue at the back on that twin cam Cosworth head. Great example. Got the seat covers on it, you've got to protect them Recaro seats. No, really do like this example. Such a dream car, I always bang on about these, but yeah, really are. This one's on some gold compomotive wheels, and you won't be able to see it, won't pick up on a GoPro, but it's got some glitter in them, which looks really nice and subtle. Also found this very glittery VW buggy. Dad was just telling me about all the different sort of fiberglass bodies you get for these, but yeah, really cool, especially with that paintwork. Here we have another Mark 1 Escort Mexico with a twist. This one has got a ST170 in the bay. Me and Dad were just talking about how neat this install was. as well, really well done. He's also cut out the cam cover at the front here so we can adjust his pulleys. That's very nice. And how about this duo, the Mk2 Golf GTI and the Mk2 Fiesta XR2? Yeah, love it when you sort of see the two hot hatches parked next to each other. How about that for a future classic? The Escort Estate, that is a future classic right now. Great to see a little bit of max power at this show as well in this Peugeot 205. Me and Dad were just looking around it. Really like the body kit. The wings are really quite wide at the front, and also it sort of goes onto the rear quarters as well. All been really well fitted and blended in with the original bodywork. And one thing Dad did also spot is the massive front brakes on it. Look how big they are. But yeah, cool to see a really clean max power car here at the show. And there we go, just like that. It's now Monday afternoon because I forgot to outro this video yesterday. What I've done is I just drove the Mk2 Fiesta back to its garage, parked it up, tucked it away, and yeah, just completely forgot to outro the video. I just want to give a mention to Jonathan, who organises that meet over in Woburn, the classic Ford meet. It was brilliant, and I just want to say, or well, just apologise if I didn't capture everyone's vehicle because, well, as soon as we got there, there was cars arriving and cars leaving, so I missed a few. But yeah, that was brilliant and great to see some rare classic Fords there. There was also some brilliant builds that I'm gaining enthusiasm and inspiration from for my Mk2 Escort, which is in the garage behind me. And to top the day off, would be silly not to go along to the Flitwick show, which was just down the road. I think it was a classic car show and sort of like, I don't know, sort of summer fete thing, but it was really good. Saw lots of classic Fords there as well. Great to chat to Justin, who owns the Mk2 Escort, and I really liked that green Mk2 Fiesta we saw that was about to have an engine swap on it, I think. So yeah, great day out altogether. It's also nice for me to get to the local meets and the gatherings in the summer months because I can get quite tied down and busy. So when my dad mentioned he was popping across, I thought, you know what, I've got a free day, we might as well. And it's always the spontaneous ones that are the best. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like. And if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel to see more. Thank you all for watching, and until the next one, I'll see you guys later.